Hey y'all, it's Jalen. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a story time video, and it's going to be all about how my dog ripped my face open on Christmas Day. So, if you want to hear about that, let's get into it. Before we begin, I have to let you know that this story may be a little bit disturbing, so if you're watching and you have a queasy stomach or you don't really like hearing about medical stuff, then probably sit this one out. I will have a new video in a couple of days, so you won't be missing much. But let's get into the story. So, I have two dogs. I have my dog Teddy, and my husband has his dog Sammy. And they're both pretty small dogs. Teddy is like a little poodly mutt, and Sammy is a Boston Terrier. She has always been really sweet. Both of our dogs are just really nice dogs, but Sammy in particular is just really calm, and she's great around other people. She's even let one of my nieces teeth on her ear without even flinching. And so what happened on Christmas Day was a huge shock to everybody. One of my sisters brought her family, of course, for Christmas to my parents' house, and she brought her little dog. And one thing, I guess, that we have noticed with Sammy in the past is that she doesn't do well around new dogs in neutral places. So, I mean, for instance, we can bring a dog to our house and she does fine because she feels like she's the dominant one. But when we place her in a neutral zone and put another dog in as well, it's no good. She really wants to assert her dominance. So she was kind of being aggressive to the little dog, and we were trying to acclimate the two of them so that we could go about Christmas and it would be just fine. Everything would be hunky-dory. Well, one thing that you may not know about me is I'm a veterinary technician by trade. I do this thing every single day. I know what it's like to acclimate dogs, or to, you know, be around a dog that wants to bite your face off. It's not new to me, so what happened really kind of shocked me, and I probably should have used my instincts a little bit more and not just chalk it up to, oh, my dog won't bite me, because my dog bit me. And so basically what happened is we were trying to acclimate the two. My husband and I were, my husband had the other dog, and Sammy kind of pulled them apart, and I came up behind Sammy, the Boston Terrier, our dog, and she started to growl and bare her teeth at the other dog. And instead of just pulling them away like I should have done, I put my hand around her muzzle, which is something that I do quite frequently to dogs that want to bare their teeth, but you should never ever do this. And so I put my hand around her muzzle and I tilted her head up because I thought if she could see me, she would know not to do that. If she could see me and see that I was saying, no, don't do this, then she would quit. And I was really wrong. So I put my hand around her muzzle, I tilted her head up, and I started going, no, don't do that. And as soon as I started to discipline her, she jumped up and grabbed a hold of my nose and my lip. And it all happened really, really quickly. You know, of course I let go of Sam and let the dogs do their thing. They didn't end up fighting or anything, probably because there was a bigger thing going on with me. So I grabbed my face, and initially I thought that she had ripped my lip off. Like I thought that it was just hanging there. And we were in the kitchen, so there was no window, or there were no mirrors around or anything like that. And I went to the sink just to see how much blood there was. My mom brought me a dish towel and I put it on my face, and then we just kind of rushed me back to a bedroom, and I was laying down and getting the bloody clothes off and all that kind of stuff, and trying to see if it needed medical attention. And I knew it did before I even saw it, before I even knew what was wrong. I thought that the main thing was my lip. That's what I could feel the most, I guess. I knew that my nose was bleeding, but I didn't know what extent. Everything was bleeding just a lot. And so after I saw in the mirror that my nose was slashed from here to here, basically like where it connects, I knew that we had to go to the ER. So my husband took me to the ER, and basically I never wish that on anybody. It took about 2 hours, I think, to stitch me back up, and we were really worried that it wasn't going to look very good, or I was worried that it wasn't going to look very good because it wasn't a plastic surgeon doing it. It was just a doctor working in the ER, and nothing against those doctors. They do a wonderful job with what they do, but they are not known for taking their time with cosmetic things. And so I was really worried that it wasn't going to turn out very nice, and of course we wouldn't know until it was healed. And so, you know, there was that, and there was the fact that my dog bit me, and there was a lot going on emotionally as far as just a little bit of guilt for putting myself in that situation when I know better, and a little bit of betrayal. I felt like my dog had betrayed me by biting me, and of course, now looking back, she's an animal, and although that we have great relationships with our animals, it's really easy to forget that they are animals, and they're going to act on their instincts, and they're going to do what they feel like they have to do. And in that minute, she thought that she had to bite whatever was coming after her, and she thought that that's what I was doing. So, you know, it makes sense, but it's been about 4 months, I guess, now. Let's see, January, February, March. It's been 3 months, over 3 months, since she bit me, and I think I'm healing pretty nicely. Our relationship was really rocky right after, because I kept kind of having these flashbacks. I kept having flashbacks when I closed my eyes of her jumping and latching onto my face. I know that that's pretty graphic, but I will try to put a picture somewhere around here showing you what I looked like after I got done with the ER. It's not pretty. So I would have these flashbacks and images in my head when I would close my eyes for the first several weeks after the bite, and it was not good. It was not good. Our relationship was not good. It was really hard because she is a sweet dog. She's a very sweet dog, but she bit me, and the trust just was not there. It's still not 100% there. I don't trust her. We have taken measures so that this never happens again. We aren't allowing her to go to places that are neutral zones with dogs that may be there. We bought a crate, and we are crate training her so that if we're in a situation that we can't get out of, we can put her in a crate. And she's 13 years old, so this is a little bit like trying to teach an old dog new tricks, but it's necessary. And of course, we're not putting her in situations like my niece teething on her ear. That will never happen again, because we would not be able to live with ourselves if it happened to someone else. So that's where we are right now. Our relationship's slowly but surely getting a little bit better. We're interacting a little bit more like we did before. I still don't trust her. I don't think I ever will trust her completely again, but, you know, that's just kind of how it goes. So anyway, that is my dog bite story. Hopefully you enjoyed it or got something out of it. Just remember, your dogs are special. You love them. They love you back, but they are animals, and they will bite you if they see it necessary. Even the sweet ones are capable of biting. All dogs are capable of biting. So just remember that. I hope that maybe you learned something, or you got some sort of a lesson out of this. Please don't forget to subscribe. I put out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And leave me a comment below if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.